honestly, and maybe this sounds weird or whatever, but my faith was always in God so much where like, if I didn't play baseball again, I didn't play baseball again. Like I didn't care because I knew that wherever I was gonna be, God was gonna bring me there. And so I wasn't worried about not playing baseball. It didn't even cross my mind.
You didn't feel sorry for yourself. I was looking at a picture on your Instagram of your freshman year. You don't even look like the same person.
Yeah.
You probably put on, 20, 30 pounds of muscle, it looks like.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw this guy all fall. You would have thought he was our starting first baseman or our starting catcher. His arms are huge. Like,
huge. And
bro was hitting an arm farm 5 days a week. And
he's a workhorse.
You are, bro. You work really hard, so props to you. I don't know if you guys have ever been to the Grand Canyon. It's in Arizona, obviously, but like it's way up towards Flagstaff. Like it's not anywhere near like Phoenix or like Scottsdale or Tempe area.
Have you been at the Grand Canyon?
Yeah, a couple times.
No way.
That's sick. You've seen it, right?
Bro, I gotta go check it out.
It is.
You gotta go check it out.
The first time you see it, it's the coolest time, obviously. It's breathtaking. You will not believe how massive it is. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Clubhouse with Penn State Baseball. I'm your host, Kevin Carsetter, joined by my guy, Diamond Trackhawk Loosely. We got a special guest this week, our buddy, Matt Morash. Matt, welcome to the show, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely, yeah. So we want to shout out Family Clothesline, of course, for hosting us. They got all the gear in town, whatever you need. So hit them up, Downtown State College. And then, as always, Happy Valley Insurance. They've been in business for 30 years. They'll take care of all your insurance needs, whatever you need. So they're on 925 West College Ave. Two great businesses that obviously sponsor the podcast, so we appreciate them. Morash, we're excited to get into this, man. Got some cool questions for you, so Demo, take us away.
Yeah, Morash, super happy to have you on, dude.
Of course.
One of our special guests, one of our favorite special guests, by the way. So you've been here at PSU for 3 years. Tell us a little bit about why you chose Penn State and your journey through high school.
Yeah, so my journey through high school is a little bit different. I didn't really have a ton of looks in high school, a little bit from D3s and things like that. But I was set to do another year of high school. It was the end of my last year that I was supposed to do. And
So like a post-grad year?
Yeah, so I was set to do a post-grad year after that. And I started getting a little bit of interest from colleges, and they started talking about potentially bringing me in before the post-grad year.
Okay.
So instead of doing that. And so really, I committed here August 2nd, I believe, and I came here August 15th that same year.
So where did you go to high school?
I went to Westford Academy in Massachusetts.
Okay.
But so my journey was a lot different than a lot of people's because, I was kind of nervous. I didn't really know where I would end up. I didn't know if I would be at the D1 level or not, and so.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So you're in your senior year, you were not committed to a school.
No.
Right? Your whole plan that senior year of high school was that you were going to do a post-grad year to gain exposure, or like whatever the case may be, just refine your game a little bit.
Exactly, yeah. So it was basically just, to get recruited. I hated high school. I didn't really want to be there anyways. And so I kind of just wanted to be recruited, and I thought that I had the best shot of doing a post-grad year was going to get me recruited. So
yeah.
And so then Penn State comes calling around August.
Yeah.
Or maybe late July, you come visit. You love it, obviously. You're not turning down a Power 4 offer, and you commit, and then 2 weeks later you start school. So it happened real quick.
Yeah, so it was really towards the end of the summer ball season. I was playing travel ball with my guys at Northeast Baseball, and started pitching really well like towards the end of the summer, and that was really where a lot of the interest came in from schools. So I had a few Power 4 schools, and ultimately, Penn State called me up, and I got down here as quick as I could and just absolutely fell in love with the campus and the investment into the player development and everything that they were doing here. I was all in for it, and I loved it.
I think that's kind of the cool part about these podcasts is we bring on different guys, and every guy has their own unique story, whether it's like you're a JUCO bounce back or a story like that. It happens so late, and you just really never know when your opportunity is going to come. And for some guys, it doesn't come to play Division I baseball until you're a little older. But like you, that I've never met a guy that was planning on doing a post grad year, because usually those guys like need to keep developing. Like clearly, you were a good pitcher.
Yeah, you're ready to go.
You were ready to go. You just maybe weren't found yet, I guess. It sounds like so.
Yeah, and that's honestly what I love about the baseball community is that people talk. Like your name's going to get out there, whoever you are, wherever you are.
Just staying patient's key.
That is very true. All right, so I got a question for you. You've been in a lot of different roles as a pitcher, right? Starter, you've been a reliever. I'm sure maybe once in your high school career you've closed or whatnot.
Yeah.
How has that shaped you as a player, and mentally, how has that helped you sharpen your game?
Yeah, I think adaptability is something that's really slept on in life and in baseball as well. I mean, the fact that you can be available to go whenever they want you to go is a huge thing. You know, I mean, maybe starting wasn't always my thing in college, or maybe relieving wasn't my thing in high school, but I think having the open-mindedness of, you know, maybe this is something I want to try out, and maybe I like it, maybe I don't like it, but just having the willingness going into it, you know, to be whatever role they want you to be. And, you know, obviously you kind of have likings for more things. You know, you starter, you get more time to warm up and things like that. But out of the bullpen, you know, it's just go, 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 which I kind of liked because it's just 0 to 100. I feel like I'm a pretty 0 to 100 guy. And so, I mean, just coming out of the bullpen, you know, you got 10 minutes until you're into the game. It's like, all right, let's do it. Yeah. So I love that. But, yeah, I mean, it's definitely a lot trying to, you know, bounce back in roles and things of that sort. But it's part of the game. That's why we love it.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, Morash, you talk about adaptability, right? So you've been here since your freshman year. What's the biggest jump you've made as a pitcher?
On or off the field?
Let's go off the field, and then you can tell us a little bit about on the field.
Off the field,
we're going to hit on the good stuff soon, so you can...
Yeah.
All right. I would say off the field, the biggest jump that I've made is building relationships with people. I think when you're comfortable with the guys that are around you, it absolutely shapes you and makes you a different baseball player. I mean, I can
100%.
remember, even when I was younger, you know, playing like Little League and stuff or travel ball with guys, and you don't really know any of the guys, and you're not comfortable, and you're not getting your swings off, or, you know, maybe you're not throwing your fastball with full conviction or whatever it might be. Once you build that relationship and you feel comfortable around those guys, it's just a different game. So I think that that's the most important thing off the field.
Yeah, and then on the field, like when it comes to, you know, your progress and your journey from freshman year to now, you know, you got a lot of innings your sophomore year and being able to, you know, or your freshman year, right? Freshman year, you played in the Big Ten tournament, you had a pretty good outing. You know, I saw that aura farm, screaming the glove, fire up the crowd a little bit, so that was cool. Yeah, tell us a little bit about that.
The Big Ten tournament?
Yeah, just the Big Ten tournament, you know, your progress through, you know, your work ethic.
Yeah, so I mean, towards the end of that season, I want to highlight on this first. So towards the end of that season, it was backs to the wall. Like, we had to pretty much win out to make the tournament. We had like 8 games left or whatever. And so it was really easy in that time to kind of just back down and say, all right, you know, maybe we don't have it this year. But, you know, we just played postseason baseball. We played every single game like it was Game 7 for a little bit. And that was really, really special. And so I was just super thankful to have a part of it, you know, however it went. And obviously you want it to go well, but I was just so thankful to, you know, have a chance to help my guys out and to give us a little bit of depth and, you know, to just basically pass the torch. You know, the hitters talk about passing the torch, but I think as a pitcher as well.
Absolutely.
You go out there, you throw strikes, you get outs, just pass the torch, do your job. But, yeah, I mean, through my time here, there's been a lot of ups and downs. You know, you have a bad outing and maybe the ERA skyrockets, you know, not like you want, but, you know, you go back out there next time and you got to have a clear mind. Just focus on doing your job and throwing strike one.
Yeah.
I love it.
So we hit on, you mentioned ups and downs, right? So on that note, we hit on a bunch of ups, right? Let's hit on a down for you, something that you've been battling the last probably year, maybe a little longer, I'm not sure. But you tore your hip labrum last year, right? What was the hardest part about that recovery, and can you take us through that? That's a really, really tough injury for any person to go through, but especially an athlete. So we've all seen you recover and go through that rehab and stuff like that, and it's obviously been grueling. But can you take us back to that and how it started for you? Yeah,
so I believe it started in January last year, so almost exactly a year ago now. But I think I was running a sprint and kind of just felt something in my hip. So I was like, you know, told Sanders, our strength guy, I was just like, you know, this doesn't really feel right. So after that, instead of sprinting, I would just, you know, hop on the bike or whatever. And then as the season started, I kind of had like a little bit of quad tightness where I was going into like my first few outings, just like some quad tightness, you know, tried to work that out. And then eventually it just got worse and kept getting worse and worse, and to the point where I was on crutches and I was going down to the bullpen on crutches and hopping into the game, going back in the dugout, hopping back on my crutches.
Hang on. So you were
That is real.
your
I was
hip.
there.
You were there. You saw this. So
was
your hip was hurting so bad that you were on crutches into the field every day, like around the locker room, into the
Every
clubhouse.
day.
You're on crutches.
Yeah.
And then you would put your uniform on. You'd go to the bullpen. You'd wait till your number gets called. You'd get hot, put the crutches down, and go rip a baseball.
Yeah, I mean, it probably took me 25 minutes to actually get my hip to move. And I remember we were playing at Michigan, and I was throwing plyos, and I couldn't support any weight on my back leg. So I was trying to lift my leg, and I was literally just falling over. And it took me 20 minutes to put, like, actual weight on my leg and be able to stand up. But
That's insane.
It's inspirational, dude.
You're a strong man for that.
We'd see this guy roll out. I mean, shoot, I pitched right after him in a Big Ten tournament last year. And, I mean, shit, I came in, motivated more than ever just because I saw my guy, warm up the bullpen with one leg and, wobble out there and get 3 outs for us and got to have a crazy jam, too. So that's,
Props to
like
you.
I said, that was
They say
pretty
put your
awesome.
body on the line. You literally put your body on
Yeah.
the line for the boys.
I was just giving it everything I had, man.
Yeah.
I knew that, the guys needed me, and I needed to be there for them as much mentally as physically. And so I just did whatever I could to help. But I want to highlight on that question that you asked, where the toughest part of that recovery process, this honestly hasn't even been physical for me. It's just been the mental battle. Like I said earlier, I'm a guy that's just 0 to 100. I love to do everything at 100%. So after I got surgery and, I'm on crutches for about a month, can't really get around very well. Obviously, it's different after getting the surgery. You can't really move your hip at all. Whereas before, I could walk a little bit. But the biggest thing was just knowing how to take downtime and not get in my own head about it or get too upset about it. And, it was definitely a grind for me. But, fortunately, I was able to grow my faith through that time. And that's something that really helped me get through those difficult times. But it was a battle, and I definitely think that I came out a better person, not only physically, but mentally. And, it's awesome to start feeling better physically as well.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
So we talk about that, like that mental process. Was there a moment in time in your rehab where you kind of took a step back and like thought maybe I'm not going to get back to who I was or what I was as a pitcher?
I mean, honestly, and, maybe this sounds weird or whatever, but my faith was always in God so much where, like, if I didn't play baseball again, I didn't play baseball again. Mm-hmm. Like, I didn't care because I knew that wherever I was going to be, God was going to bring me there. And so I wasn't worried about not playing baseball. It didn't even cross my mind. So my focus was always on getting back. And if I wasn't going to get back, then, that's the way that it was supposed to be. But
That's his plan.
Yeah, it is. That's takes a lot of trust. But to your credit, you never stopped working. Like, you didn't feel sorry for yourself. I was looking at a picture on your Instagram of your freshman year. You don't even look like the same person.
Yeah.
You probably put on, I don't know, 20, 30 pounds of muscle, it looks like.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw this guy all fall. You would have thought he was our starting first baseman or our starting catcher. His arms are huge. Like,
huge. And
bro, he's hitting an arm farm 5 days a week. And
He's a workhorse.
you are, bro. You work really hard, so props to you.
Thank you.
That's what it's about. So I got a question for you. Switching gears a little bit, a little more fun. Nothing too sad anymore. We're gonna we heard
We gotta
a
get the
story.
story. We gotta get the journey, dude.
So we heard a story that you're colorblind, right?
I am colorblind, yeah.
And we heard something related to a pitching chart. Can you tell us this story, please?
Yeah, so freshman year, we have a pitching chart. So it's basically you go through your arsenal, so fastball, changeup, slider for me, and you're supposed to shade in a region on a Google form for where you're going to throw that pitch. So like for me, if I'm going to throw a slider, it's obviously going to be down and into a righty on the right side of the plate. So you're supposed to shade that in yellow. So for me, I'm colorblind, so tried to shade it in yellow, and it ended up like 3 or 4 different colors on there. But, yeah, I mean, I thought I did a great job with it and filled out my whole region sheet. And, probably the next day I get a call, and it's Joust, the pitching coach, and he's like, are you messing with me? Like, what is this? And I was like, what are you talking about? And he was like, your region sheet is like 4 different colors. Like, are you not taking this seriously? And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, yeah, you got like 4 different colors on here. And I was like, oh, I didn't know. I'm colorblind. I had no idea. I thought I did a great job, and I guess not.
Oh, gosh. That's a great story, dude. That's a great story.
Yeah.
All right, so, Matty, you've seen this program grow a lot in the last, few years. And what's the difference between the team that you've seen when you got here to the team that you got now?
Yeah, so this is actually something that I think about a lot, and I talk with my parents about a lot. But when I came in here, I was 17 years old. So like a young freshman. Like I said, we had that post-grad year that I was going to do. I was young for my grade. So I was 17 years old coming into college. And that year we had probably 10 plus guys that were 23, 24 years old. So it was like you're thrown into the fire immediately.
Yeah.
And it was really hard to gain respect as a freshman. But I mean, the biggest jump, honestly, for me was getting in with those guys. Like I said, getting comfortable with those guys and kind of finding my role. You know, I knew that I probably wasn't going to be the Friday guy. Like, so I came in and I just competed and did the best that I could and everything. And, you know, fortunately I earned a spot and got some innings that year. But I mean, I learned so much about myself that year, and especially through that fall of just, you know, getting some feel and getting innings and facing better hitters. It was a super long process, but every single day I just remember talking to my parents, like, I'm learning so much, and I'm learning so much, like, that I'll take with me anywhere, not just baseball.
Absolutely.
I think that's the crazy part about just athletics in college right now. Like, to think that you came in at 17. I mean, I did it once. You did it once. Like, we all were freshmen at some point.
Yeah.
But you're literally competing with a full grown man. Like, it's a 23, 24-year-old dude that's like, it's just insane. Like, I don't. Props to you for doing it. And you're thrown into the fire, but it's not easy. And sometimes it's the guy. It comes down to you and that 23-year-old fighting for a spot.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
They just have so much more experience, rightfully so. They've been through it a little bit, and maybe they've been kicked around. And now you've been through it, obviously, too, a couple years later. So, like, you can relate to those guys, I guess. But, I'm sure it's changed a lot for you. And that was only 2 years, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like think you still have 2 more years left.
Yeah, I know.
What will you be as a senior, you know? It's crazy.
I think that the biggest thing with that is, you know, you got such an age gap between guys. I think finding common ground is so important. Like, if I can go up to some guy who maybe is from, you know, like you, California, I'm from Massachusetts. If we can find some common ground, like, hey, I've been here, or, you know, we used to both go to this place, or whatever it is, like, just building, like, little connections with people off the field so that when you see them throw, it's like, oh, yeah, I see that. Like, just super little things, kind of trying to find common ground.
I feel like as at least an effective teammate or a good teammate, you have to be able to connect with people.
Absolutely.
Especially in today's world, like with the portal and new guys coming in, 30 nameplates changed every year in August.
Right.
It's like, if you can't connect with different guys, like vibe with a Cali guy.
You got to be able to adjust.
And then get along with a guy from Florida or get along with a guy from, you know, Massachusetts. Like, you're just going to have a hard time. And it doesn't really matter what school you're at anymore. I feel like this is going on all around the country.
It's anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we're playing in the middle of Pennsylvania, literally the middle of nowhere, and we got dudes from all over pretty much still, right? So
I mean, shoot, Florida, Porter's from Florida. I'm from California.
Yeah.
Got a whole bunch of guys from, you know, Minnesota.
they got some Cali kids coming in next year too. So it just never changes. But props to you. I think that's one thing you definitely do well. You're an adjustable teammate. I think that's the thing I noticed about you first is you just connect with people. Like, you go out of your way to say what's up and introduce yourself. And obviously guys really respect that. So I want to know, when the season's over this year, obviously you're still going through rehab and like everything with your hip, and you're grinding through that. But what do you want people to say about Matt Morash as a pitcher, but more importantly as a teammate?
I want them to say he's a man of faith and he's someone that I can look up to. I want to be a guy that people can connect with and people can always talk to. You know, whatever it might be, a baseball, you know, getting married, having kids, whatever it might be. I want to be that guy that, you know, people can always depend on. And so my parents did a great job with that growing up for me, and through my whole rehab process, they've always helped me. You know, they work 2 extremely difficult jobs and taking time out of their day to, whether it's come watch me play or help me with the rehab or whatever it might be. So if I could help people the way that they've helped me, I would be so glad. But I just always want to be someone that can, you know, lift people up and always be there for others. And, you know, that's who we are as followers of Christ, is we're servants. And so, you know, the Lord says that if we want to be great amongst our peers, then we have to be willing to serve others. And so I truly am willing to lay down my life for any of you guys in the locker room. And it's just something that, you know, I take very seriously. I love my guys.
That's awesome. And I mean, I think of, you know, you do like the polls sometimes with like the media, and they say, who's one guy on the team you would not let date your daughter, you know? And then who's one guy you would let date your daughter? I think every guy in the locker room would say, I would let Matt Morash date my daughter. Not that anybody in there has a daughter, hopefully not. But
Just a good dude, just a stand-up dude.
You're just a great dude, man. And that radiates to everybody. Always got a smile on your face, even no matter what you're battling. So we see it, man. That's awesome.
And it's contagious to all of us, too. I mean, you make all of us a lot better humans.
And I've been going through stuff like recently, but I just try and, lift up other people. Every time that I see you in the locker room, it's always, I'm so excited to see you, man.
This guy giggles. That's all he does sometimes. He just giggles, laughs, smiles.
Yeah.
How can you smile back at me?
I mean, you got to. You got to, man.
No, I love lifting people up, though. It makes my day.
You do. I remember there was a time like you were struggling with something for like a week, right? And you were every time I walk in the locker room, you were like, "Kevin K, what's up, baby?"
Yeah.
And you weren't giving it to me, and I was like, I had to talk to you. I said, "Yo, is everything all right, man? Like I haven't heard from you in a while." You brought it back.
Where's
though.
the fire? Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's the fire?
Yeah.
All right, enough sentimental stuff. Let's get into it. The season is here, boys. Right? It's game week. We're filming this on a Monday, and opening day is 4 days away. Friday night, you'll be taking the bump. We know that. You're our guy out of the pen. You let that thing eat. So I'm excited to see all the boys go out there. Everyone's been putting in a ton of work, obviously. I'm excited. I'm sure you guys are excited. It's the MLB Desert Invitational. We're in Scottsdale, Arizona. It's going to be sunny and 75 degrees. It's not going to be cold and negative 17 in the bubble anymore, boys. We're outside.
Thank goodness.
We're outside.
It's about time.
So we got Friday versus Air Force. Don't give me any crazy words here because we got to go play the game, Demo, okay? So let's let our actions speak louder than our words. But excitement level for that game, and what's our focus for that one, Friday night?
A 10 excitement level. I think we put on a lot of good work in the bubble, out of the bubble. Preparation is there. I mean, Bino says it. A week ago or a month ago, we could definitely go back and make a couple mistakes here and there. But knowing that we had the time to put in the work and ultimately just be prepared for opening weekend is key. We know what we're capable of, and we got a lot of guys. You're going to be playing 1B on Friday. You're going to swing the bat, get the barrel out front. I mean, Morash. I know you got our backs no matter what happens.
Always.
So it's exciting, and this year's you got a lot of expectations. I think Penn State baseball. It's the first year that we can actually under exceed expectations, which is a good thing. It's a blessing in disguise.
No doubt.
So we know what we have to do. We just got to go out and get the job done.
That's a good way to put it. Like to finally have expectations, right? Like maybe we put them upon ourselves.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really matter what people out there say. Like we haven't made a regional in 26 years, so that's
real.
just the truth of the matter. Like if we want to do something, we're gonna have to do it this year because we don't get these opportunities back, and it all starts this week. But Natty, excitement level for the season. What do you got? I know you won't be making the trip to Arizona.
Yeah, it's
I'm
hot.
bummed for you. But
It's hot. Whenever this time of the year comes around, I love watching baseball, especially watching you guys out there this year. But or for at least the first half of the year. But I mean, in Arizona, nice weather, baseball. Like, what's better?
Nothing.
No doubt.
Yeah.
So Friday we're playing Air Force.
Yeah.
It's going to be on MLB.com. Saturday we're playing Grand Canyon. Do you know where Grand Canyon is?
It's in Arizona, right? So it's it's GCU, and they're notorious for being very fundamentally athletic.
It's a good way to put it. I played them a couple years ago. They're very good mid-major.
Yeah.
They always have good athletes around the field. Like, you can't just roll up the ball out and try to beat them. They're going to have a game plan.
Yeah.
But it's a little confusing because I don't know if you guys have ever been to the Grand Canyon. It's in Arizona, obviously, but like it's way up towards Flagstaff. Like it's not anywhere near like Phoenix or like Scottsdale or Tempe area. So you would think it's like next to the Grand Canyon. It's not. It's like 2 hours away.
Oh, really?
It's actually in Phoenix. Yeah. But
Have you been there?
I've been there a couple times. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he went to Arizona State.
Yeah.
Have you been at the Grand Canyon?
Yeah. A couple
No
times.
way. That's sick.
You seen it, right?
Bro, I gotta go check it out.
It is.
You gotta go check it out.
The first time you see it, it's the coolest time, obviously. It's breathtaking. You will not believe how massive it is. But after that, it kind of wears off. Like, it's
just
literally
a
just a
hole.
big hole, right? But, like, it's pretty breathtaking. There's like, life going on down there. Like, there's animals and stuff. And
No way.
Oh, yeah.
What?
People hike it. People die hiking it. The Grand Canyon is an insane
That's
place.
crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
But yeah, you're just driving. You go through these gates. It's like you're going to Disney World. You go through the gates. You're driving. There's elk on your left-hand side. There's deer everywhere. It's like wildlife. And then you pull up to a parking lot. You walk about 50 yards forward, and there's a cliff. And it's just you versus your death right there.
Is there like guardrails around it so you don't walk into it?
No, you could literally just walk right over it.
No way.
You obviously see it's coming up. Like you can see into the canyon.
Bro, that's crazy.
Yeah, so we got Grand Canyon on Saturday. Good program, and then Sunday it's gonna be a really good game. I'm playing Kansas State, right? Playing them in Mesa, so It goes first game's on MLB.com, second game is on MLB Network, so all Penn State fans can tune in and watch that one. It'll be on national television, and then Sunday's back on MLB.com. So all games will be streamed this weekend. It's opening weekend. We hope to come back on this show next week and tell you all we got 3 wins.
Yep.
That's the hope. But in the meantime, Maddie, appreciate you coming on the show, man. You were awesome.
Yeah.
Appreciate you
Yeah,
guys.
brother.
Most mature guy in that locker room.
Yeah.
So
No doubt.
props to you.
Appreciate you guys.
But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate Family Clothesline for hosting us. Best spot in town, downtown State College for all your Penn State gear. Adidas stuff is going to drop in July, I believe. So put it on your list. Get here. And then shout out to Happy Valley Insurance at 925 West College Ave for all your insurance needs. They'll take care of you. This is Penn State Baseball at the Clubhouse. Signing off.